What up, Bugles? I want to welcome you to this video. Today's episode of Unspoken Origin will be a little bit different than usual because instead of some creator, I'm gonna talk about biggest differences between Invincible comic book series and Invincible TV show. But before I start, please don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything and it means world to us. And also check out TikTok and Instagram. Okay, let's do it. Invincible. Thanks to the TV show, this is a massive hit right now. It is adaptation of comic book series which began publication in 2003 and lasted for 144 issues till February 2018. Since then was series released in every possible form of collected editions from paperbacks, oversized hardcover deluxe editions, paperback compendiums, hardcover compendiums, and library editions. My personal picks are hardcover compendiums because they get a whole story, there are only 3 of them, and they are hardcovers. Invincible came from mind of Robert Kirkman, and while the public might know him thanks to The Walking Dead, which is also his creation. Comic book series, and later he Overwatch TV show. And that is exactly a case of Invincible TV show. Kirkman overwatched its creation alongside Hollywood's most beloved stoner, Seth Rogen, who is massive comic book geek, and he proved that by producing Preacher TV show or newest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem animated movie. So it looks like animated shows it is in good hands. Like it used to be when it comes to adaptations, there are some differences between the show and source material. And in this video I'm gonna talk about the biggest one yet. So naturally there will be some spoilers, and spoilers will go to the first half of the second series of TV show. And in comic book series we talk about around end of the first hardcover compendium or second library edition, or if you want around issue 47. Okay, last warning, spoilers ahead of us. Ready or not, here I come. First thing what I'm gonna talk about is time and pacing. The pace of television versus comic is so different. You can draw a colorful battle in 2 or 3 pages in the comics, while the same battle will take several minutes from an episode. Because of the many storylines that take the place over the course of Invincible, Kirkman has decided to fast-track many key moments. For example, Robot's cloning of Rex is a storyline that was fast-tracked in the series. The Russ Livington Sequel storyline also get a placement earlier in the narrative, and especially we see first big twist, Nolan killing the Guardians in the show's premiere. In comic book we get it a little bit later. If I remember it correctly, somehow around issue 6. In TV show the fight is a little bit more dramatic, and in comic it was clean stealth assassination. Interesting is that in comic book series we don't get any gore till Omniman's twist. Till then, Invincible was really family friendly title. And even after that, gore was increased very slowly until we get that infamous crazy fun level of brutality. Interesting difference is how Mark gets his superhero name. In the comics, Mark gets into a fight with a bully, which lands him in the principal's office. Being scolded, Mark is told he is not invincible, and that is where his name is born. However, in the TV show, Nolan gives Mark the idea for his superhero name. Mark's mother really stepped it up in the TV show. In the comics, Debbie is pretty much clueless about Nolan until the moment her son finds out as well. However, in the show, Debbie finds Nolan's blood-soaked uniform after Damian Darkblood comes snooping around. This discovery really amplified the emotional impact of the big twist and made this family drama even more emotional. In the show, we kind of get a faster and direct version of the Flaxen storyline. In the comics, Nolan and Invincible battle these pesky aliens before the former is taken by the alien race. Nolans end up leading a takeover before coming home. They reappear much later with their time devices to stop aging, although they are foiled again. In the show, Nolan is still in the super hospital recovering when the Flaxons first attack Earth. This sets Mark up to battle them with a team, not his father. I'm genuinely curious how whole Flaxon situation will play out in the future of TV show, because in comic book they are pretty crucial for overall story and some big events. But I will say nothing more. Also, Armstrong Levi and the whole multiversal situation is changed. When Armstrong Levi made his debut in the comics, the altercation between Invincible and Omni-Man was much shorter. The two Ultramites defeated the Resistance a lot quicker than we see in the comics. There were 3 more notable changes. The Immortal was killed before getting to his secret hideout. There were more people in the underground, and Atom Eve was there. These were smart changes. Having Invincible and Omni-Man slaughter more people and paralyze Eve made this opening really shocking. This lets the audience know that Mark isn't a good person in every reality. He is actually a villain in most universes. Only time and future seasons show us if or how we will see Infamous Invincible's war. We can also see some differences in a short Atlantis storyline. In both versions of Invincible, Mark Grayson has to travel to Atlantis on a mission to marry the Atlantean queen, Aquaria, as is required according to Atlantean customs after Omni-Man killed an Atlantean prince. Under Atlantean law, Omni-Man should be the one doing this, but since he flew into space at the end of the season 1, Marks must sub in. On the show, once Marks reaches his destination, the queen explains that the marriage customs was abolished long ago. Instead, Mark simply needs to fight a giant sea creature. Easy as pie. However, in the comic book, the Atlanteans want Mark to not only fight the Depth Dweller, but also to marry the queen and make love to her in front of the entire underwater society. Mark freaks out because he's afraid to lose his virginity to a fish, and eventually he finds out that the queen's advisor Lethan is in love with her. They devise a plan where Mark makes it look like Lethan defeated a sea monster and he's the one who eventually marries Aquaria. In both comic book and show, Mark helps secret government agency led by Cecil Stedman guard the planet. Cecil gets a more expanded role in the show. He is introduced early on and his involvement in Mark's life is also fast-tracked. Cecil also gets more chummy with Mark, Debbie, and Nolan than in the comic book, giving him a little more humanity. He even gets a little badass by confronting Nolan himself in an effort to slow him down, something that doesn't play out in the comic book. But I am curious how their relationship evolved in the show. Story of Cecil's right hand, Donald Ferguson, also changed. In the show, we see Donald Ferguson die heroically trying to stop Nolan. However, in the comic, Donald is revealed to be an android. It is still possible that Kirkman revised Donald as an android robot somehow. In both the show and the comic, Alan the Alien, my favorite character, is brutally attacked by 3 Viltrumites not long after he began searching for a Viltrumite mole within the Coalition of Planets, an organization built to resist the expansion of the Viltrumite Empire. He is charged with his task by Thaddeus, the leader of the Coalition. It's this that the mole tipped off the Viltrumites about Alan's activities. On the show, it looks like Thaddeus himself is the mole. We leave episode 3 on a cliffhanger where Thaddeus seemingly turns off Alan's life support system in the hospital. But this is likely a red herring as Thaddeus plays a major role in the comics moving forward, and making him a secret villain would call for unnecessary changes to the plot. In the comics, there is no hint that he is the mole. I think it's pretty likely that the mole storyline will be changed even further, because a fairly insignificant character turns out to be traitor in the comic books, and it's a very underwhelming reveal. Thaddeus aside, likely candidates for the mole are one of the council member or Alan's girlfriend, General Talia. And that's it. This is the biggest differences between Invincible comic book and Invincible TV show. You can find Invincible comic books in our eShop, comicsbugle.com, your friendly neighborhood comic book shop in Europe. Except the great catalog of collected, deluxe and absolute editions, Epic Collection and Omnibuses, we guarantee you eco-friendly Hulkproof packaging, free shipping in whole EU, an option to pre-order a comic book now and pay for it later. You can also split full price to 4 separate payments, because we know how expensive these books can be. So check it out, comicsbugle.com. You can find direct links below this video. And that's all. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out any further videos. In comment section, let us know what other omnibuses or topics would you like to see in our videos. And see ya, Bugles!